Hello boys and girls, welcome to this presentation. Today we're going to talk about Lesson 2, Eat the Right Food, Unit 2. My name is Mr. Mohamed Eljaroshi. I'm going to be your teacher today. Question A. Talk about the foods and drinks in the pictures. Choose 3 things that are very good for you, not so good for you. Now, as you can see the pictures here, we have a lot of food. Some of them are healthy, some of them are not. Now let's talk about some of the food that are good for you and some of them that are not so good for you. Okay, let's look at this picture. What do you see here? Very good. Oranges. Do you think oranges are good or not good for you? Very good. Oranges are good. What about cucumber? Very good. Very good for you. And this one is what? Pepsi. Do you think it's good for you or not? Very good. It's not that good for you. And this one is hamburgers. Do you think they're good for you or not? Very good. They're not good for you. Now let's move on to the next question. Question B. In question B, read Layla Ahmed's report in the school magazine and check your ideas. Then do exercises A and B on pages 19 and 20 of the workbook. Now this one is a report. This report is written by Layla Ahmed. You can stop the video to read the report and then check your ideas about healthy and unhealthy food, and then go to the workbook and answer question A and B. Let's go to the workbook and check the questions. The workbook, Unit 2, Lesson 2, Eat the Right Food. Question A. Complete the spider diagram with the words from the box. As you can see, we have a box that has 10 words. Apple, biscuits, burger, cola, crisps, cucumber, lettuce, strawberries, sugar, water. Now, this is a spider diagram. You have to read it and put these words in the right place. You can stop the video to do it and then come back to check. Let's start with this one. Very good for you. Let's talk about apples. Do you think they're good or not so good for you? Very good. So we put apple here. Good job. Now, what about biscuits? Are they good for you or not? Good job. They're not good for you. So we put them in this pot. Next, we have burger. What do you think about burger? Very good. We put them here. Next, we have cola. Good job. Cola is not good for you. Next, crisps. Very good. Crisps are not good for you. Next, we have cucumber. Do you think cucumbers are good or not? Very good. They are good for you. So we put them here. Okay. Next on the list, we have lettuce. Lettuce is good for you. Very good. So we put it in this group. Next, we have strawberries. Strawberries are good for you. Very good. So we put them in this group. Good job. And then we have sugar. Do you think sugar is good for you or not? Very good. It's not good for you. So we put it in the bad list. Good job. And the last one, we have water. Basically, water is very good for you. It's nice to drink water. Good job. Now, let's move on to the next question. Question B. Answer these questions about the report on page 25 of your course book. Write short answers. You can stop the video and read the report again and then come back to answer these questions. Now let's check together. Number 1. Which things are very good for us? Good job. Fish, fruits, vegetables, and water. Very good. Now, number 2. What should we not eat too much of? Very good. Meat and cheese. Good job. Number 3. Which 3 things should we be careful about? Very good. Fat, salt, and sugar. Very good. Question 4. Why was the food in Layla's bag not very healthy? We have crisps, chocolate bars, and cola. Why do you think these foods in which we found in Layla's bag are not healthy? For the crisps, because they are too much fat and salt. Very good. Because they have too much fat and salt. These are the crisps. What about chocolates or chocolate bars? Why do you think they're not very healthy? Because they have too much fat and sugar. Very good. So that's why they're not healthy. What about cola? Why do you think it's not healthy? Because it has too much sugar. Very good. Now, let's go back to the course book and continue the lesson. Question C. Study the functional grammar box below, then do exercise C on page 20 of the workbook. This is the grammar box. In this grammar box, we're going to express quantity. We're going to use too much and too many, a little, a few. These words express quantity. Now, let's take them in an example so we can understand more. A little sugar is all right, but too much is bad for you. A few biscuits are all right, but too many are bad for you. As you can see in these examples, they explain all the usage of these words. As you know that sugar is uncountable and biscuits are countable. Little is used for uncountable and too much for uncountable. Little means small amount of uncountable things. Too much means large amount of uncountable things. Few means little amount, or as we can say, small amount of countable things. As you can see, we said few biscuits. We can't say few sugar because sugar is uncountable. We have to use little with it. But few is used with countable, like biscuits. So small amounts of countable things, we use few. Large amount of countable things, we use too many. Now let's move on to the workbook and check question C. Question C. Complete the phrases with the words from the box. As we studied in the grammar box, we have too many, too much, a few, a little. Here we have 5 gaps. We have to fill the gaps with these words. Let's do them together. You can stop the video and then come back to check the answers. Number 1, we have meat or cheese. Meat or cheese. What do you think we use with meat or cheese? As you know, meat and cheese are uncountable. You have to know that. So, what do we use with uncountable things? Do we use too many? No. We use too much. Very good. So we use too much for large amounts, and we use what for little amounts? For small amounts, we use a little. Very good. So we write too much or a little. Very good. Now, number 2. With number 2, we have biscuits, sweets, chips, or crisps. Now, biscuits, sweets, chips, or crisps, are they countable or uncountable? Very good. They are countable. Let's write it here so we don't forget it. And as we said, that meat or cheese is uncountable. You have to know that to answer this question. So, because of these countable things, what words do we use with them? Do we use too much? No, we use too many. Very good. So, for large amounts, we use too many. For small amounts, we use a few. Very good. So, we write too many or a few. Very good. Now, let's talk about cola. Cola. Do you think cola is countable or uncountable? Very good. Cola is a liquid. Liquids are uncountable, like milk, water. They are uncountable. So I'm gonna write it here so I don't forget it. Uncountable. Now, because cola is uncountable, we use the same things that we used with meat and cheese. We say too much or a little. Very good. Now let's move on to number 4. Chocolate bars. Chocolate bars. Now, as you can see, most of the countable words end with S in the plural form. For example, biscuits, sweets, chips, crisps, bars. All of them are countable words. So we use too many and a few with them. Okay, very good. Now let's put them here, same things. Too many and a few. Good job. Now, vegetables. Number 5. Vegetables. Do you think it's countable or uncountable? Very good. It's countable. So we have two countable things: chocolate bars and vegetables. Very good. Chocolate bars and vegetables. Now, because vegetables are countable, so we use too many and a few with it. Very good. Let's put too many and a few here. Good job. Now, let's move on with the same question. We're going to put these words here in the usage gaps. As you can see, we have 4 gaps. We need to use the words too many and a few, and we have a little and too much. In the first gap, you use and before count nouns. Count nouns means countable nouns. What do we use before countable nouns? Very good. We use too many and a few. Very good. And you use and before non-countable nouns or non-count nouns. What do we use before non-countable nouns? Very good. We use too much and a little. Good job. As you can see, this is a vocabulary tip expressing quantity: a lot of. We can say a lot of biscuits, a lot of fruit. We can use a lot of to express quantity. Very good. Now, as we said in the vocabulary tip, we use a lot of to express quantity. We can say a lot of biscuits, a lot of fruit. Very good. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time.